I have been dealing with the history of our family for years. But this is not about some American 100 years ago who felt an inner urge to go to Africa and become a missionary. It is about my grandfather, a man I did not choose. It is about his daughter, my mother. She was born only 1 kilometer from the place where I'm sitting now. And she did not choose her father either.
Ja, wenn du so gut schaffst, das ist echt super.
This morning we accompanied my sister Ruth to the entrance of the Kilimanjaro National Park. After she left, in the early afternoon, a thunderstorm rolled in. Lightning flashed, thunder roared, and the rain came down with tremendous force. When we were in church yesterday, we were warmly welcomed. In her autobiographical notes, my grandmother wrote the following about this congregation. When we first came to Machame, the congregation of 600 people met in a mud church that was far too small. All around it lay piles of stones, gathered by the Christians themselves for a new building. Then the war came. The German missionaries had to leave the country, and the building project was abandoned. Ralph would not accept that. You can build a church yourselves, he told them. You do not have to depend on the mission or on missionaries. Among you are stonecutters and masons. The church belongs to you. And slowly they resumed the work. 4 years later, when we said farewell, the large stone church was almost completed. It seats 2,000 people. I believe it was at that time the largest church in all of East Africa. Without Ralph's persistent encouragement, it probably would not have been built, at least not at that time. On one Sunday, we baptized 225 adults. The following Sunday, about 60 children. Ralph also baptized and married the young chief, who today lies buried in the same cemetery as our little daughter. At the dedication service, which was also our farewell, Pastor Raum thanked Ralph. Then he embraced him and kissed him on both cheeks. Many in the congregation do not know their own history, and some were unaware that the congregation, begun here at the end of the 19th century by the Leipzig mission, survived only because the Americans helped. Just as a child does not choose its parents, a congregation does not choose its founders. And so, everything once again connects back to that enthusiastic farmer's son from Nebraska, Ralph Hult, our grandfather, with his sense of calling and his determination to follow the voice within him. The service lasted 2.5 hours. We also visited the hospital where my mother was born. It has hardly changed in the last 30 years. It looks just as simple as it did when I visited it with my mother and my brother. But the German doctors are no longer there, and the financial support from Germany has also fallen away. Now they are trying to sustain everything from their own resources. About a year ago, Tanzania introduced a statutory health insurance system, but it is difficult. I wanted to climb the mountain with Ruth. We are here at 1,600 meters above sea level, and even the walk to the entrance gate felt long. And when we reached it, I thought, this is not a good idea. I wished Ruth all the best and walked back to the hotel. So now I can say that I climbed Kilimanjaro. And while experienced mountaineers need up to 10 days, I was back before breakfast.